Continuing from the previous chapter, Xiao Yin's pure Lotus demon flame that transformed into Little E unexpectedly devoured the void-swallowing flame. Little E held the black bead, drooling with desire. It had been eyeing this object since the beginning, but Xiao Yin had been studying it, leaving Little E with no choice but to wait. Now, seeing Xiao Yin finally deciding to give up, it immediately sprang into action. Seeing Little Yi's eagerness, Xiao Yin was taken aback. The intelligence of Little E had grown significantly, to the point where it could utter a few words in a childish voice. However, this was the first time Xiao Yin had seen it take such initiative. Keeping this thing is of no benefit, Xiao Yin frowned slightly. The bead contained a devouring force that was indiscriminate, even consuming life force. Anyone who harbored it would grow weaker and older over time. Little E shook its small head, and a pink flame surged from its body, enveloping the black bead completely. Then, it absorbed the bead into its body. Seeing Little Yi's urgency, Xiao Yin hesitated but did not intervene. Though Little E was merely a fire spirit, its sense of danger was incredibly keen. If the black bead posed any harm, it would not have acted so. Under Xiao Yan's watchful eyes, the bead quickly merged entirely into Little Yi's body. At the moment the bead disappeared, a faint black flame suddenly emerged from Little E and darted towards its head. Sharing a connection with Little E, Xiao Yin instantly sensed the change within its body, his expression shifting dramatically. Despite the sudden turn of events, Little E remained calm. Pink flame threads quickly formed a fire net, trapping the black flame. The net tightened, crushing the black flame into countless black specks, which were then absorbed into Little Yi's body. As the black specks merged into Little E, a few black lines appeared on the pink lotus flame mark on its forehead, giving it a slightly sinister look. After fully absorbing the black specks, Little E stretched out its tiny hand, grasping at the air. Instantly, an invisible vortex formed, drawing in the surrounding energy. In moments, it condensed into a colorful energy crystal, which Little E promptly swallowed. Xiao Yin was stunned by this scene. He clearly felt the energy crystal being broken down into its fundamental molecules and fully absorbed by Little E. What shocked him even more was that after Little E absorbed the crystal, pure energy inexplicably appeared in his own body. Xiao Yin, bewildered, took a moment to gather his thoughts. He then slightly refined the pure energy, transforming it into Do Qi to merge with his body. Is this energy being fed back by this little creature? He wondered, astonished. Xiao Yan's gaze was fixed intently on Little E in front of him. The energy being fed back to him was from the colorful energy crystals that Little E had just devoured. These crystals, which Xiao Yin originally couldn't absorb, were transformed into pure energy after passing through Little Yi's body, and a portion was returned to him. Little E shook its small head proudly. After absorbing those energy crystals, the pink flames on its body seemed a bit more vibrant. Moreover, Xiao Yin could faintly sense that Little E was slightly stronger than before. This little thing can actually cultivate? This thought flashed through Xiao Yan's mind, and his eyes revealed a trace of astonishment. The devouring power seemed to allow Little E to absorb energy from the heavens and earth, similar to human cultivators. If this were true, Little E would only grow stronger over time. And since Xiao Yin was connected to Little E in both body and mind, he too would benefit from its growth. It was like having a tireless and dedicated laborer. It seems this accidental outcome is quite beneficial. Xiao Yin stroked his chin. He had no experience in refining the void-swallowing flame subflame, so he could only haphazardly attempt it. Fortunately, Little Yi's unique constitution, being an extraordinary flame itself, could completely withstand the powers originally exclusive to the void-swallowing flame. Looks like you've managed to come up with something strange again during this training session. Just as Xiao Yin was feeling a bit pleased with his progress, a familiar, aged voice suddenly sounded. Xiao Yin looked up to see Yao Lao descending from the sky with a smile, his feet touching down on the surface of the lake. Xiao Yin smiled and said, "Is everything all right within the alliance? Any movements from the Soul Hall?" "Everything is fine. As for the Soul Hall, we've received news that they have withdrawn all personnel from several branches we had detected. Perhaps they are wary of us attacking those branches again," Yao Lao said. stroking his beard with a smile. Withdrawn? Upon hearing this, Xiao Yin frowned slightly. He felt something was off with the recent actions of the Soul Hall. After suffering such a significant setback at the hands of the Sky Mansion Alliance, it wasn't like them to stay silent. Do you feel something's not quite right? Yao Lao asked with a smile, seeing Xiao Yan's expression. He then sighed. I've mentioned before that the Soul Hall must have some sort of plan. They wouldn't have been collecting souls for so many years without reason. Although we don't know what their plan is, if they complete it, it might spell trouble for us. Xiao Yin nodded. The recent defeat of the Soul Hall had been humiliating, and the Soul Clan had remained quiet, making it hard to discern their intentions. I'll assign scouts to investigate this matter. Hopefully, we can gather some intelligence. Xiao Yin silently nodded, feeling a sense of oppression in his heart. Even though his strength had reached the 5-star Dosheng level, he still couldn't rescue his father from the Soul Clan. He had never considered directly confronting the Soul Clan, not out of fear, but because the current Xiao clan couldn't afford any mistakes. If something happened to him, there would be no one left to save his father or revive the Xiao clan. Therefore, without absolute certainty, he couldn't take such a huge risk. 5-star Dosheng is still not enough. Xiao Yan's gaze flickered slightly. While this level of strength was enough to not fear the Soul Hall, the Soul Hall was merely an external force of the Soul Clan. His true enemy was the most enigmatic and colossal entity on the Doqi continent, the Soul Clan. A 5-star Dosheng would be considered a peak expert in most places, but it was still insufficient to contend with the Soul Clan. Even Xiao Xin, with his 9-star Dosheng strength, had fallen to the Soul Clan. A mere 5 stars would hardly make a significant impact. Thinking of this, Xiao Yan's expression turned somber. With his current strength, there were no shortcuts left to quickly enhance his power. He had already obtained the pure Lotus Demon Flame, and the second-ranked Void Swallowing Flame was likely in the hands of the Soul Clan. As for the number 1 on the Heavenly Flame ranking, Xiao Yin smiled bitterly. Such a thing, even the term divine object, seemed inadequate to describe it. Hoping to obtain, it was nothing short of a delusion. It seems I can't rely on heavenly flames anymore, Xiao Yin sighed lightly. Suddenly, an idea flashed in his mind. He clenched his hand, and a piece of ancient jade exuding an old aura appeared in his palm. The ancient jade was covered with mysterious patterns, and in its center, a tiny light flickered faintly. This was his father's soul imprint. This jade was none other than the Tuasha Ancient Emperor Jade, coveted by both the Gu clan and the Soul clan. Yao Lao, standing nearby, was slightly taken aback when he saw Xiao Yin suddenly take out the Tuasha Ancient Emperor Jade, looking at him in surprise. Xiao Yin stroked the ancient jade, his fingers gently passing over the light point. A wave of guilt surged in his heart. As a son, he could only watch helplessly as his father suffered in the Soul clan. This was the epitome of filial piety failure. Father, I have never forgotten you. As soon as I have the strength to confront the Soul clan, I will come to rescue you immediately. Xiao Yin bit his lip tightly. After a moment, he took a deep breath, suppressing the tumultuous emotions in his heart. The Tuasha Ancient Emperor Jade holds the key to the Tuasha Ancient Emperor's estate. However, this ancient jade has been divided into 8 pieces. Gathering all of them seems impossible. Xiao Yan's eyes flashed as a memory surfaced in his mind. It was of a magma world, where he had met the Dozun of Fire, the magma world beneath the inner academy of Jianan Academy. There, Xiao Yin had first felt the Tuasha Ancient Emperor Jade's reaction. Thinking back, it was indeed full of mysteries. Deep in that magma world, strange magma creatures seemed to be guarding something. Perhaps I should find some time to explore the depths of that inner academy once more, he thought. Watching Xiao Yin lost in thought, Yao Lao shook his head helplessly and then lightly coughed, handing over a beast-skin scroll. This is a scroll communication from the 9 Nether Earth Underworld Python clan, for you. Take a look. Yao Ming. Hearing this, Xiao Yin was taken aback. He took the scroll with some confusion and slowly opened it. A line of red text immediately appeared before his eyes. The heavenly demon phoenix is attacking. There are anomalies at the 9 Nether Yellow Springs. Xiao Yin abruptly stood up, his expression darkening. The terrifying aura he released caused the waterfall behind him to be abruptly cut off. Kai Lin, Yao Lao, seeing Xiao Yin's sudden and intense reaction, was also taken aback. He quickly asked, "What's going on?" Xiao Yin's eyes flickered slightly as he handed the scroll to Yao Lao. The latter took it and frowned deeply. He knew about the relationship between Xiao Yin and the Nine Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan, and more importantly, Kai Lin was currently in seclusion within the Nine Nether Yellow Springs. The anomaly at the Yellow Springs mentioned in the scroll likely had something to do with Kai Lin, explaining Xiao Yin's intense reaction. "What are those heavenly demon phoenixes up to now?" Yao Lao muttered with a frown. Xiao Yin slowly restrained his explosive aura. He also had significant grievances with the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan. The last time, to solve the trouble for the ancient Void Dragon clan, he had forcibly captured the young clan leader of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan and two Dosheng powerhouses to threaten them, preventing them from acting recklessly. Although this resolved the crisis for the ancient Dragon clan, it also thoroughly offended the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan. However, Xiao Yin wasn't particularly afraid of offending them, especially now that his strength had greatly increased. What puzzled him was why the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan would choose this moment to cause trouble for the Nine Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan. "What do you think about this?" Yao Lao looked at Xiao Yin. While the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan was formidable, the Sky Mansion Alliance was strong enough not to fear them. This matter doesn't need to involve the Alliance. The Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan isn't an ordinary force. The Alliance has just stabilized, and starting a war with the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan might bring unnecessary trouble, especially with the Soul Hall watching us closely, Xiao Yin mused. "I'll take Little Fairy Doctor and Qing Lin and head to the Beast Domain." "Just the three of you?" Yao Lao frowned. The Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan was not to be trifled with, and the Beast Domain was their stronghold. While Xiao Yin's strength had greatly increased, venturing in alone seemed unwise. "Don't worry," Xiao Yin smiled. With his current strength, there were very few places on the Do-Chi continent he couldn't go. "How about taking Elder Xiao Chun with you?" Yao Lao still felt uneasy. The Alliance is currently at a critical juncture. Old Ancestor Dan Ta is elusive and hard to find. We need a strong enough presence to guard the headquarters. If I leave, we can only rely on Elder Xiao Chun. Xiao Yin shook his head. Seeing Yao Lao's worried expression, he smiled and said, "Teacher, don't worry. With my current strength, even if I encounter a 6-star Dosheng, I might not win, but escaping wouldn't be difficult. Besides, the clan leader of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan hasn't reached that level yet." Seeing Xiao Yan's insistence, Yao Lao could only relent. "When do you plan to set off?" he asked. "There's no time to lose. Let's set off now. Kai Lin has been in seclusion for too long, and I was already a bit worried. This is a perfect opportunity to check on her," Xiao Yin said with a smile. Hearing this, Yao Lao sighed and said, "Be very careful." Xiao Yin nodded, not saying anything further. With a swift movement, he transformed into a streak of light and shot out from the deep mountains, quickly locating Little Fairy Doctor and Qing Lin. The three of them then tore through the space and headed at full speed towards the Beast Domain. The Beast Domain, a vast region, was not inferior to the Central Plains in the least. It too, like the Central Plains, was filled with countless wonders. Within the Beast Domain, the most prominent entities were undoubtedly the three great clans standing at the pinnacle: the primordial ancient dragon clan, the heavenly demon phoenix clan, and the Nine Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan. The primordial ancient dragon clan had not appeared for many years, and although the Nine Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan had a large population, they were slightly inferior to the heavenly demon phoenix clan in terms of the strength of their experts. As a result, with the primordial ancient dragon clan's disappearance over the years, the status of the heavenly demon phoenix clan in the Beast Domain had become akin to the Soul Hall in the Central Plains. Recently, the Beast Domain had been particularly lively, with the heavenly demon phoenix clan and the Nine Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan at the center of attention. No one had anticipated that the heavenly demon phoenix clan would mobilize a large number of their experts to directly attack the headquarters of the Nine Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan, surrounding them tightly. This tense standoff had created an air of anxiety throughout the Beast Domain, as everyone understood that a war between these two clans would be no small skirmish. Therefore, During this time of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan siege of the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan, countless spies were constantly monitoring the situation. In the depths of the earth, at the Ming Snake Vein, the headquarters of the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan was filled with a tense atmosphere. Countless experts of the clan stared coldly towards the sky outside the vein, where numerous figures and massive wings, like dark clouds, covered the sky. Clan leader, the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan is too arrogant to come here. If our clan does nothing, we will become a laughingstock, and no other clan will dare to affiliate with us in the future, said an elderly man with a cold expression, standing among a group of figures on a majestic mountain in the central area of the Ming Snake Vein, speaking to a broad-backed figure in front of him. As soon as the old man's voice fell, several others chimed in agreement, clearly enraged by the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan's brazen actions. Elder Emo, this matter is not so simple. This time, the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan's leader, Tion, personally leads the army. That old guy is at the late stage of 5-star Dosheng. In our 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan, who can match him? Said another elder in gray robes, his face stern. Hmph, so according to you, we should just watch as the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan tramples us underfoot in front of countless onlookers? The previous elder snorted coldly. It's not like that. The purpose of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan's attack is that woman training in the 9 Nether Yellow Springs. If we hand her over, the gray-robed elder began to speak, but was cut off by a cold snort from the broad-backed figure in front, making his face pale as he quickly fell silent. The 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan will never hand anyone over. If we do, it will show we fear the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan. As one of the 3 great clans, we cannot afford such disgrace. This matter is not to be mentioned again. The broad-backed figure turned around, his face exuding an aura of unquestionable authority. He was none other than Yao Ming, the current clan leader of the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan. Hearing Yao Ming's resolute words, the elders who had considered compromise had no choice but to hold their tongues. But today is the last day given by the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan. If we don't hand her over, then, they murmured. Their final words were left unsaid, but a heavy feeling settled in everyone's hearts. The terrifying late-stage 5-star Dosheng strength of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan's leader, Tion, was something even Yao Ming couldn't counter. Elder Emo, has the message been sent? Yao Ming asked after a moment of silence. It has been sent, Elder Emo nodded, then hesitated. But will Mr. Xiao Yin really come? The news of the Sky Mansion Alliance's victory over the Soul Hall had spread throughout the Central Plains and even reached the Beast Domain. Naturally, the story of Xiao Yin defeating the Soul Hall's leader had also spread, giving the elders of the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan a glimmer of hope. While they didn't expect Xiao Yin to drive away Huang Tion, his presence would at least make the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan think twice before acting so arrogantly. Yao Ming smiled and looked into the distant sky, saying with great certainty, "Now, we wait for the good news. He will come." Yao Ming, the 3-day deadline has arrived. Will you hand over the person, or will we go to war? Have you decided? Just as Yao Ming raised his gaze, a voice filled with overwhelming pressure echoed like thunder in the ears of every member of the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan. Hearing this voice, the elders on the mountain peak all looked grim. Yao Ming's eyes turned cold as he shot into the sky, looking towards the mountains beyond. In the sky, a massive Heavenly Demon Phoenix flapped its enormous wings, hundreds of feet wide. On the phoenix's head stood a figure in a purple gold robe, hands behind his back, his golden, majestic eyes also looking at Yao Ming. Clan leader Huang Tion, the person cultivating in the 9 Nether Yellow Springs, is Xiao Yan's woman. If you harm her, Xiao Yin will not let it go, Yao Ming said in a deep voice. He won't let it go? Huang Tion, the man in the purple gold robe, let out a mocking laugh. Xiao Yin captured my son and threatened my clan. He even possesses my Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan's wings. This man is already an enemy of my clan. Do you think I care if he won't let it go? Yao Ming frowned. It seemed this old ghost was determined to capture Kailin today. I'm giving you one last minute to consider. Give me your final answer, Huang Tion said calmly. As he spoke, he slowly closed his eyes, and the atmosphere in the area grew unbearably oppressive. In the tense atmosphere, the minute passed quickly. Yao Ming's face remained grim, showing no sign of handing over the person. As the last second ticked away, Huang Tion's eyes reopened, and a cold glint appeared in his golden pupils. Since Xiao Yin dared to capture my son to threaten me, I will return the favor. I'll capture his woman first. Hearing Huang Tion's icy proclamation, Yao Ming's face grew darker. It seemed today's conflict would not end peacefully. As soon as Huang Tion finished speaking, the space around him rippled, and he shot towards the depths of the Nine Nether Earth Underworld Python Clan's headquarters, aiming for the Nine Nether Yellow Springs. Seeing Huang Tion so brazenly attempting to force his way in, many elders of the Nine Nether Earth Underworld Python Clan turned pale with anger. Such actions were a blatant slap in their faces in front of countless onlookers. Huang Tion, don't go too far. This is the territory of the Nine Nether Earth Underworld Python Clan. As the clan leader, Yao Ming had no choice but to step forward. His figure flashed, and he appeared in front of Huang Tion with a grim expression, shouting angrily. Yao Ming, you and Xiao Yin conspired to ambush my clan's experts. I have not forgotten this. If you dare to obstruct me today, do not blame me for disregarding past ties with your clan. Huang Tion's face was indifferent, his golden eyes coldly staring at Yao Ming. With a flash, he attempted to bypass him. I've long heard of clan leader Huang Tion's unparalleled strength. Today, let me, Yao Ming, have a taste of it. Yao Ming's eyes turned cold. In such a moment, he couldn't afford to care about the vast difference in their strengths. With a shout, he launched a terrifyingly powerful palm strike towards Huang Tion, accompanied by a low, explosive sound. An ant trying to stop a cart, overestimating yourself? Seeing Yao Ming dare to make a move, Huang Tion's face turned utterly cold. With a casual flick of his long fingers, a golden feather shot out, swiftly colliding with Yao Ming's fierce palm wind. Upon contact, the fierce palm wind was shattered instantly. The golden feather, like a divine weapon slicing through iron, not only tore through Yao Ming's fierce palm wind effortlessly, but also left a half-inch-long blood mark on his hand, harder than stone. Wounded in a single exchange, Yao Ming's face changed. The golden energy at the wound spread rapidly like venom, numbing the muscles in his hand. To kill you would be as easy as turning my hand. Huang Tion's figure appeared ghost-like in front of Yao Ming, his cold golden eyes glancing at him disdainfully. With a wave of his sleeve, a massive force sent Yao Ming flying backward, crashing into a mountain, causing it to collapse. Clan leader. Seeing Yao Ming unable to withstand even one move from Huang Tion, the elders of the Nine Nether Earth Underworld Python Clan turned pale and furious. Huang Tion's actions were a blatant humiliation to their clan. Fight them. Some hot-tempered elders immediately rushed into the sky with angry faces. However, before they could make a move, Huang Tion waved his sleeve indifferently, and the terrifying golden light swept across the sky, easily knocking all the elders back to the ground. Who else? Next time, I won't show mercy. Huang Tion stood alone in the sky, surrounded by golden light like a wind wheel. The entire sky was dominated by his presence, and none of the Nine Nether Earth Underworld Python Clan's experts could get within 100 feet of him. The terrifying power of a late-stage 5-star Dosheng was on full display. Hearing the indifferent voice from the sky, many elders of the Nine Nether Earth Underworld Python Clan turned red with anger. This was pure humiliation from Huang Tion. Crack! Yao Ming struggled to crawl out from the rubble of the mountain, ignoring the blood at the corner of his mouth. His eyes were bloodshot as he glared at Huang Tion's figure in the sky, his fists clenching with fury. Form the array. The voice, cold as a blade, came through Yao Ming's clenched teeth. Instantly, killing intent surged. Yes. Hearing Yao Ming's command, all the elders of the Nine Nether Earth Underworld Python Clan responded in unison with cold expressions. Then, with the sound of wind, nearly 100 figures soared into the sky, forming a mysterious pattern. Pan-snake formation. With the elders' unified shout, Beams of light burst from their bodies, interconnecting. Within less than a minute, a massive formation, spanning thousands of feet, appeared in the sky, emitting a terrifying pressure that caused many onlookers to change color. Pan-snake formation? In the sky, Huang Tion frowned slightly. He had heard of this formation before. The 9 Nether-Earth underworld python clan had used it to annihilate many powerful experts in the past. It's a good formation, but unfortunately, there's no one worthy as the formation Huang Tion said indifferently. As he spoke, his gaze fell on Yao Ming, who had positioned himself at the center of the formation. Huang Tion's words were met with cold indifference from Yao Ming, who chose to ignore them. His hands rapidly formed seals, and a beam of light shot out from his body, merging into the formation. Instantly, the entire array began to tremble, with infinite energy converging and twisting into a colossal serpent, thousands of feet long. Exuding an ancient and formidable aura, formed the Sky Phoenix Ancient Formation. As the giant serpent appeared, the many experts of the heavenly demon Phoenix clan in the distant sky quickly dispersed. With a unified roar, a thunderous screech echoed through the heavens and earth. With the screech, a massive phoenix, no smaller than the serpent, emerged, flapping its enormous wings that spanned thousands of feet, casting a shadow over the sky. The phoenix and the serpent faced off against each other. The spectators around the underground vein gasped at the sight of such a titanic clash, clearly not expecting both sides to deploy their respective clans' grand formations. In the sky, Huang Tion's calm gaze swept over the giant serpent. His figure flickered and turned into a streak of light, heading straight for the 9 nether yellow springs. Attack! Yao Ming roared in anger. The colossal serpent, formed by the combined power of the elders, swung its massive tail, shattering the space around it with a deafening crack. Facing this terrifying attack, Huang Tion merely raised an eyebrow, not slowing down as he sped towards the 9 nether yellow springs. Just as the giant tail was about to strike him, a piercing screech rang out from the sky. A golden wing, formed from condensed light, shot through the space, colliding with the serpent. Boom! The sky exploded with terrifying shockwaves, and Huang Tion, with a few swift movements, appeared directly above the 9 nether yellow springs under the watchful eyes of countless onlookers. Damn it! Seeing Huang Tion break through, Yao Ming was furious. Just as he was about to redirect the serpent's attack, the giant phoenix, formed by the opposing formation, swooped down with fierce aggression, forcing him to focus on defense. As Yao Ming and the others were entangled by the heavenly demon Phoenix clan's experts, Huang Tion's cold gaze turned to the 9 nether yellow springs below. The surface of the yellow springs had turned into thick layers of ice, emitting a bone-chilling cold. This Xiao Yin's woman is quite extraordinary to be able to cultivate in such a place, Huang Tion thought, a hint of surprise in his eyes. Though he could come and go from the 9 nether yellow springs at will, he wouldn't dare to stay and cultivate there. Let's catch her first. Huang Tion's eyes flashed as he extended his hand towards the yellow springs below, clenching his fist. The thick black ice on the lake surface began to shatter inch by inch, exploding into clouds of icy mist with a series of loud bangs. As the black ice shattered, the lake water of the 9 nether yellow springs reappeared. Huang Tion squinted his eyes, vaguely sensing a strange pressure seeping from the depths of the yellow springs. Come out! Huang Tion commanded, his voice echoing with authority. Huang Tion wasted no time. With cold light flashing in his eyes, he grasped his hand, and the 9 nether yellow springs surged violently. Dozens of massive water columns were forcibly drawn up by him, creating a spectacular sight in the sky. Yao Ming watched the chaos Huang Tion was causing in the 9 nether yellow springs, his heart filled with intense fury. However, he was entangled and couldn't move. All he could do was pray that Kai Lin wouldn't be affected. Although he knew this was wishful thinking, with Huang Tion's actions, it was only a matter of time before Kai Lin was dragged out from the depths of the yellow springs. Brother Xiao Yin, I'm afraid I can't fulfill my promise to you. Huang Tion's indifferent gaze remained fixed on the 9 nether yellow springs. A deep vortex had formed, revealing the bottom. Through the vortex, he seemed to catch a glimpse of a faint figure. Seeing the faint figure, Huang Tion extended his hand again, a strong suction force erupting from his palm. Just as he was about to pull the figure from the bottom of the yellow springs, his arm suddenly trembled. He looked up sharply to see a figure rushing towards him like a thunderbolt from the edge of the sky. A colossal shadow, spanning 1,000 feet, also crossed the sky. A furious and deep incantation reverberated through the heavens and earth, accompanied by a terrifying soul wave. This wave struck Huang Tion's unprepared body with indescribable speed and ferocity. The impact of this savage soul wave sent Huang Tion flying backward, smashing through several mountains before he managed to stabilize himself, looking battered. The echoing voice and the cold shout that followed turned his face ashen. A voice rang out, "Huang Tion, you old bastard, you're courting death."